Hello， 你们好吗 ？How's everyone？ 这个是伊恩哥哥。
Hello。
然后我是 Julia 老师，你们好吗？好久不见。所以呢，我们今天想讲什么呢？
今天是讲 What do you see?
What do I see? I see a lot of things. 其实我常看到很多东西耶。我自己觉得我看到的，应该都是对的。你觉得呢
？Sometimes not.
哦，真的吗？
对啊，
有时候不是对的哦。那我们来看一看耶稣怎么看事情好了。对，
Okay.
因为我想耶稣看事情的the point of view 是比我们的好。
对啊，
我们是要学
compare the two.
Compare to，我觉得我们需要 learn。我们来学吧。好，那等一下呢，我们在上课的时候啊，老师跟伊恩哥哥呢，我们就会戴上耶稣眼镜。来，伊恩哥哥，你给我们看你的耶稣眼镜长什么样子？看有没有不一样？
耶稣眼镜，
很帅耶！这个戴上这个眼镜就表示耶稣怎么看事情。很好看，我也有 super 耶。这个是老师的。好看吗？
很好看。
很好看。这个是老师在日本买的，一个洞一个洞，像那个蜜蜂闭的眼睛，有没有？
会 20/20 vision。
对，他说呢，戴这个眼镜以后呢，戴久呢，就有 20/20 vision。老师已经戴了大概 1 or 2 years，好像还没有 20/20，but anyway， 这是我的耶稣眼镜。好，我们来看我们今天要学什么。伊恩哥哥帮我们放，老师先把我的耶稣眼镜放好。
What do you see?
你看到什么呢？
So this is from the book of John.
我们要学耶稣耶稣怎么看事情，所以我们就从福音书就是 the book of Gospels is study about， 我们是学耶稣的一生。所以我们要从那个约翰福音来看耶稣看事情跟我们看事情有什么不一样呢？
So this is where we learn from how Jesus' perspective are different from ours.
我们看有什么不一样。
So this is us in our God lenses, the super lenses.
Yeah， 所以我们的 point 就是说你觉得你很对，我觉得很对，可是在神看起来可能是很错。我想到一个人他一直觉得他自己做的很对，其实他做的很错。就是那个 Saul 他后来变成 Paul， 因为他遇到耶稣，可是他以前做的事情也是他觉得就是上帝让他做的事情。
对啊，
他做什么事情？
Persecute Christians。
对，不是那个
persecution， killing Christians。
他杀很多 Christian， 然后
他觉得 it was good。
他觉得说他就是 get rid of the people， 不认识上帝的纯正的旨意，所以都要杀掉，因为他们说什么耶稣。那只等到他遇到耶稣呢，他才戴上耶稣眼镜。所以耶稣眼镜好像蛮重要的。
很重要。
好，我们现在就来学咯。
So God's perspective versus your perspective. So what you see is sometimes different from what God sees. This lesson is made so that you can see the difference between what we see through our lens versus what God sees through His lens.
OK， 我们要读一些圣经哈，读一点点圣经，我们才可以学说神怎么看事情。好，那伊恩哥哥帮我们念前面
，OK，
老师念后面。
So this verse, chapter John chapter 1 verse 44. This is we'll be looking at our perspective first,
right.
And then we'll be comparing it to Jesus' perspective later. So this is our perspective right here. So Philip, like Andrew and Peter, was from the town of Bethsaida. Philip found Nathanael and told him, "We have found the one Moses wrote about in the law, and about whom the prophets also wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph." "Nazareth? Can anything good come from there?" Nathanael asked. "Come and see," said Philip.
约翰福音第1章第44节，这腓利是伯赛大人，和安德烈、彼得同城。腓利找到拿但业，对他说：“ 摩西在律法上所写的和众先知所记的那一位，我们遇见了，就是约瑟的儿子拿撒勒人耶稣。拿但业对他说，拿撒勒还能出什么好的呢？好的吗？腓力说，你来看。好。
So time for a discussion with you and your leaders or parents or mentors about your ideas and thoughts. So about our lenses. So what can you learn about our lenses or view when you look at Nathaniel's reaction to Jesus?
他的 reaction 算是蛮大的哈。他说 Nazareth 拿撒勒还能出什么好东西吗？他的反应蛮大的哈。对，好。
So here's what you can discuss about. So why did Nathaniel judge Jesus based on where he's from?
为什么他这样讲呢？他只是说他从拿撒勒来的，那为什么他就觉得说，嘿，能够出什么好东西吗？
对啊，
没有好人从那边出来的，不可能是弥赛亚。
Yeah, so like Nazareth was also like a lesser known place. Like maybe let's say Chilliwack.
I like Chilliwack.
Or like let's say like Yukon.
I love Yukon.
Yeah, but it's not very populated.
Yeah,
and
it's not populated.
Not much people come out of there.
Yeah.
So he's judging based on that. And second question is, did Nathaniel look on the outward appearance or did he look at the heart of Jesus? What caused him to judge from the outside?
为什么呢？
对啊，为什么他会
为什么他就只听到一句话而已，就说他是什么人？他是拿撒勒人。有没有可能你听到说他是什么人，你就开始 judge 呢？
会啊。
好，我们看看第三个。
So were there a lot more people that judged Jesus based on what he looked like from the outside or where he was from? Like it's probably not just Nathaniel. There's like many examples in the Bible that you can find that people were judging Jesus like, oh, he's just a carpenter's child, or like, oh, he's born in a manger. I thought he was like supposed to be like a king's son, or like wow, yeah, born in a palace and like riding a white horse trying to like kill all the Romans or stuff.
对啊，可是耶稣好像不是
born in a humble manger.
没有 humble manger。那我们就花2分钟到5分钟，我们跟你的 mentor 讲一下，你怎么看这件事情呢 ？Let's discuss.
Discuss.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. 他们会 pause the video.
对，等会 pause。那我们下一个。
Okay. 2 hours later. So this was when Philip was introducing Jesus to his friend Nathaniel, and he didn't even meet Jesus yet, and then he was already disgusted. Like, hey, what, Nazareth? What? Like that was like a rural place back then, and then he didn't know that Jesus was like the Son of God. So then, just by the outward like appearance, like what he seems like from the outside, he's placing a judgment on Jesus, saying, what, that can't be possible, because like nothing good comes out of the area that Jesus came out of, like which is Nazareth. Yeah.
好像有时候我们会这样子哈，有时候我们跟朋友聊天的时候，然后我们可能说，谁谁谁，然后就开始 gossip。
对啊。
其实我们根本不认识那个人。
对啊。
可能遇到一次，或者是听过。
就 judging them based on what their background.
然后讲完还觉得很高兴。就觉得说
laughing at them.
laughing， 然后好像就觉得说 we come to a agreement。
对啊。
就觉得好像蛮厉害。好。
And now we get to see what Jesus sees through his super lens. Yay! So, chapter 1, verse 47. When Jesus saw Nathanael approaching, he said of him, "Here truly is an Israelite, in whom there is no deceit." "How do you know me?" Nathanael asked. Jesus answered, "I saw you while you were still under the fig tree, before Philip called you." Then Nathanael declared, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the king of Israel. Jesus said, You believe because I told you. I saw you under the fig tree. You'll see greater things than that. He then added, Very truly I tell you, you'll see heaven open and angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man.
约翰福音第1章第47节，耶稣看见拿大雁来，就指着他说：“看哪，这是个真以色列人，他心里是没有诡诈的。”48节，拿但业对耶稣说：“你从哪里知道我呢？”耶稣回答说：“腓力还没有招呼你，你在无花果树底下，我就看见你了。”第49节，拿但业说：“拉比，你是神的儿子，你是以色列的王。”第50节，耶稣对他说：“因为我说在无花果树底下看见你，你就信吗？你将要看见比这更大的事。”第51节，又说：“我实实在在的告诉你们，你们将要看见天开了，神的使者上去下来，在人子身上。”
Discussion. So another discussion. So share with your leaders, parents, mentors, or about your ideas of why Jesus's lens is different from ours. So here's some other guiding questions. So what did Jesus say about Nathanael? How did Nathanael change his opinion about Jesus? What did Nathanael say about Jesus? How did Nathanael know that Jesus was the Son of God right away? How is Jesus' perspective different than other people's?
好，我们就是要 discuss 说，耶稣是怎么说 Nathanael， 然后呢，为什么 Nathanael 之前他是觉得是这样子，那后来他为什么变不一样呢？他讲耶稣完全不一样。然后呢，为什么 Nathanael 看出来他是 Son of God， 他是神的儿子？他为什么知道呢？为什么有这个 revelation？ 为什么有这个开启？你觉得为什么有这个开启？然后最后一个问题就是说呢，为什么耶稣看的事情跟别人不一样？
对啊。What's the difference? What's
2
the
minutes,
difference?
2 to 5 minutes.
So you guys discussed first about our perspective. So now compare that to what you read about Jesus and compare the two. So
刚刚我们的 discussion 是说你的观点。我们现在看耶稣的观点，好不好？2 minutes. See you later.
2 minutes. We pause it.
对，我 pause.
Okay. Next. 2 hours later.
哈哈哈哈哈。Amen.
Amen.
Hey.
So this was Jesus' super lens.
Super lens. 我们看他怎么说人哈。
Yeah.
我们来学说耶稣怎么去说一个人，怎么去 judge 一个人。基本上他不是 judge， he doesn't really judge people。
对啊。
他说呢，他看见 Nathanael， 他说什么？
他说 Here truly is an Israelite in whom there is no deceit. He wasn't looking on the outside like Nathanael judged him from the outside. He was looking at his heart, and he saw truly that, hey, Nathanael, hey, he's a heart. He has a heart that has no deceit, which is good. And
对，因为那时候的那个以色列人，其实他们学很多的圣经，都是学那个 Moses 写的那个Torah， 是叫 Torah， 对 Torah。所以其实他们认识神。那耶稣看他呢，就说：“其实他心里没有诡诈，他是真的把神的道理学进去了。”
对啊，
他没有诡诈。耶稣没有说：“你干嘛说我嘞？你为什么 judge 我？”没有，耶稣没有这样讲。耶稣是 see behind it。behind the 他做的事情，其实我觉得耶稣真的 see behind us。如果说他看见 Julia 老师做的事情呢，如果他一直 count 老师做的错的事情，我觉得可能看不完。对，可是
same with everyone。
所以可是耶稣呢，看到我呢，是我是他的小孩，然后他爱我，对，然后对耶稣就是这样看那个Nathanael，我觉得很宝贵哈。那我们可不可以 learn 呢？我们看到一个人，可不可以看到他
Let me add one thing. So, the reason Nathanael was so shocked and surprised is like, oh, how do you know me? And like immediately he was like, oh, he immediately said, Rabbi, you're the Son of God, you're the King of Israel, because no one back then was going to judge based on the heart. Everyone was looking from the outside. Oh yeah, this guy's just bad. Oh, this guy's ugly. Oh, but then Jesus looks at the heart, and then no one's ever done that. So this was because this is like someone different.
而且耶稣跟他讲说，因为那个Nathaniel他就说你怎么会认识我？你怎么知道我的心是没有诡诈的？
对啊。
然后耶稣说一句话，他说你在无花果树下，其实他在那边没干嘛，就在那边乘凉而已。
对啊。He already saw him.
对，在腓力叫他的时候，他是坐在那个 fig tree 下面，他没有在干嘛。fig tree 其实不会很高，可是叶子蛮大的，所以我想在那个比较热的地方是蛮好的哈，就一个大大的叶子。
Yeah, he's probably finding shade or something.
Finding shade, yeah. 然后耶稣就知道说他刚刚其实是坐在这，所以他就觉得耶稣很棒。他不是耶稣只有看到他的心而已，他知道他在哪里。那我们在这里，耶稣知道我们在这里。
Oh, of course, Jesus is looking at you, and he's like, oh,
hey, 对 Timothy， 还有谁？ Samuel, Jason. Hi everyone. 你在哪里？耶稣有看到你哦，而且他很
care. He needs help with this. Oh, I'll help him right now.
And I'll protect him.
Yeah.
Yeah. 然后他看到Evelyn 在哭。
Yeah.
摸摸你。Oh, very.
See, he doesn't judge us based on what we look like from the outside. He puts on his super lens and looks at us and sees through us, sees into our heart.
我觉得Nathaniel他也 put on the super lens 了。你看他说这句话，他说什么？拉比，你是神的儿子。后来他也 put on the super lens。嘿，小朋友，你们要 put on the super lens 哦，要知道耶稣是谁。耶稣是谁呢？他说你是神的儿子，是以色列的王。他看Nathaniel他之前的时候
，his eyes open。
对，他们说
Yeah, he before he was like, oh, Nazareth, what? Who comes out of Nazareth?
对。
Yeah.
好
So let's
conclusion 刚刚应该有很好的 discuss 了
So most of the time we judge people by their outward appearances, like where they're born, their physical conditions, the words they say, or how they look. God does not judge from the outward appearance, but instead looks on the inside to where the heart is. Instead of seeing how tall, fast, smart, or talented we are, he sees our heart and what goes on in the inside, not just our appearance outwardly. So next time you want to judge someone, put on God's lenses first, the super lens of God. First, and look from the inside out, not starting with their physical appearance.
对，很多人就是喜欢讲别人，就是 how they talk, what they eat， 然后他们长什么样子，高的、矮的、胖的、瘦的，然后他们从哪里来，我们就常常会给他们打分数，或者是说批评他们。我觉得我们都不应该做这样的事情。下次我们很想讲的时候，就放上神的眼镜。可是如果说我不讲出来，我在心里想可以吗？就是心里就
That's still not good because I see that everything is connected from the heart to the mind to the mouth. Everything is connected.
所以你这边想的其实跟你讲出来是一样意思。
Yeah.
那你这里想的是跟你讲出来一样。那我不要都不能这样做了哈。
Yeah.
那如果说
if you have thoughts, then just quickly store it away. Quickly put on God's lenses because it's not that easy, but when you successfully do it, you'll never see everyone the same again.
Amen.
You'll see everyone as God's child.
对 Amen. 对
And you'll treat everyone like it.
对，我想我们需要练习。
对啊
I think we need to practice.
Start with let's say if you're out in the public or in school, in your classmate, maybe there's someone you don't like in your class.
对
Like maybe you see homeless people out in the public. Maybe they look very scary or like they're not that clean or like, oh yeah, they're so dirty. Like,
how about people 就是很多tattoo 什么的。
Oh yeah, the tattoos or hair or different types of hair, and you're just like, oh, why are they doing that? It's like, oh, you're just judging from the outside. But instead, put on God's lens. Look at them from the inside. Maybe their families are like that, or maybe they're born into the unfortunate circumstance. Maybe they can't control that they're doing that. So you have to look from the inside. Yeah.
对，我想耶稣的 lenses 都是 full of love, compassion. 我们要学，我们也是要很有爱心，然后很有怜悯，然后我们就不要再 judge 人了。好。
Step 1 is to actually humble yourself.
是哦，
to make yourself humble, like I am not the best.
No.
I am not the king of the world.
No.
So I am not. I can't judge.
No.
Because God is the ultimate. He's the ultimate. He's like the most powerful person. So like we are just like little weak people compared to him. So who are we to judge other people?
Oh,
yeah.
对，
So instead we gotta put on his lens with compassion, and even he with the most power ever. He's humble.
真的耶。
So we should be even more humble.
哎
Yeah.
他什么都是他做的，而且他是 perfect 的，他都不 judge 人家。那我很聪明，我就可以 judge 人吗
？No.
然后我跑得很快就可以 judge 人吗
？No. Because 上帝会 because 上帝 is the one that gave you the gifts.
真的。
And he gave you the gifts so that you can serve others. Not because you can lift yourself above others and be like, he's worse than me at this. He's worse than me at that. Yeah.
Okay, so next time 我们明天去上课的时候可能就不一样了哈。
对啊。
可能 treat 我们的 classmates， 或者是 treat 我们的 neighbors 还是 friends 就不一样了。Okay, 这是我们这个礼拜的课。
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. 很高兴看到你们了，下次见喽。我们还有Timothy 的 reading clubs， 也许你也可以加入我们。好，很高兴今天在这边跟你们讨论。你们的感觉 What do you see?
What do you see?
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye bye. Bye bye.